Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So we'll continue with our classes, but sometimes it says, no, we need to pause in between, right? To reevaluate ourselves, our progress in life. Hurry and worry sometimes has a big impact on mental health and physical health. So I've been taking continuous classes of anthropology. So I thought like let's pause for a while and review our progress and then um, restart from the topic where we left. So before I start into that, let's look at here. This is the notification, right? UPSC exam. Now next year 2026 again the notification will come, right? Just what we have covered so far. Let's review it, right? I'll come to the OS exam also there, Odisha Civil Service exam and WBPCS, but let's look into that. If you look at here, when you go to the notification part, you have all the detail given, right? Subject wise, everything is given. Paper 1, paper 2, right? Just a quick review where we are right now in terms of our position of anthropology classes. So prelims exam, you know that. Main exam, you know that. See here, paper, qualifying paper, paper A, English, Indian language, paper B, English. You have to qualify in that. Then paper 1, essay, right? That is 250 marks. Language paper 300 marks, that is qualifying. But essay 250 marks. It counts a lot. Then GS1, Indian heritage and culture, history and geography of the world and society, 250 marks. Paper 3, that is GS2, governance, constitution, social justice, international relations, 250 marks. Now GS3, technology, economic development, biodiversity, environment, security and disaster management, 250 marks. Then paper 5, general studies 4, ethics, integrity and aptitude, 250 marks. Now paper 6, optional subject, that is a paper 1, right? And paper 7, that is an optional subject, paper 2, each with 250 marks, 250 marks. Now see what is given here. Government strives to have a workforce which reflects gender balance, because nobody has seen this sentence, which reflects gender balance and women candidates are encouraged to apply. It is the actual UPSC notification. Gender balance and women candidates are encouraged to apply. Very clearly mentioned, right? Now, subtotal, if you look at, you have 1750 and personality test interview, you have 275 marks. Total, 2025 marks. Now look at here. Candidate may choose any one of the optional subject from amongst the list of the subjects, right? Now, papers of Indian language, paper A, paper B, I have said that is only qualifying. But now I would like to bring here that you need 25% minimum marks in Indian language and 25% minimum marks in English language. That's what is given there. Once you get more than 25% in the Indian language and 25% in English language, then your GS papers and optional papers will be evaluated. Otherwise, they will not be evaluated. You are disqualified from the mains exam. Now, what is very important here, this marks are obtained for paper 1 to 7 only will be counted for merit ranking. However, the commission will have a discretion to fix qualifying marks in any or all of these papers. Many students don't know about this. Even in GS papers and optional papers, UPSC can also fix minimum qualifying marks. See, I'll read the sentence. I am reading the sentence. Marks obtained by the candidates for the paper 1 to 7 only will be counted for merit ranking. However, the commission will have the discretion to fix qualifying marks in any, see, discretion to fix qualifying marks in any or all of these papers. That even in the GS paper, if UPSC want, can put a minimum qualifying marks, or maybe in all the papers of GS, including optional subject. That minimum, that marks you have to obtain. Then your total marks will be counted for final ranking. Clear? Now this Indian languages, you can take Odia, Bengali, Hindi, Assamese, whatever language is there, right? That is the language given here. Now see, for Santhali language, for Santhali language, question paper will be printed in Devanagari script, right? But candidate will be free to answer either in Devanagari script or in Olchiki. Olchiki is the script of Santhali language. This is what is given here. For Manipuri language, question will be printed in Bengali script, but candidates will be free to answer either in Bengali script or in Maiti, Maiti Mayak script. Now optional subject here, you know that total, if you look at total, you have 26 optional papers. Out of that, one is the literature. 25 are the subjects, one is the literature. Now here, look at here, conventional essay type, each paper will be of 3 hours and 250 marks, right? We'll have the option to write there, right? Except the qualifying language paper. Now, what I would like to add here, see here, it's very, very important for answer writing part of. See, candidates exercising the option to answer papers in any of the languages included in the 8th schedule. 8th schedule of the Constitution of India mentioned above, if they so desire, give English version within brackets. See here, can mention English version in the bracket of only the description of the technical terms. Suppose you are writing in Bengali or you are writing Odia. So that technical word in bracket you can write in English. That is allowed, right? Version of the candidate should, however, note that if they misuse the above rule, there will be negative marking, deduction. Then you see, candidate should note that if any irrelevant matter, signage, marks, etc. are found written in the answer script which would not be related to any question or answer, would be having the potential to disclose the candidate's identity, the commission will impose a penalty on that paper or total marks. Apart from the answer of the question, if you put some kind of sign, something which can disclose your identity, there is a negative marking, penalty is there on that paper or maybe total marks. Then again, see, the question paper will be set in Hindi and English language, you know that, right? The details of syllabi are set out in part B. Now here, what I would like to bring here, the main part of it here. These are just, persons with disability. Interview test, now see here, what is interview test is saying? Personality test. Candidate will be interviewed by a board who will have before them a record of the candidate's career. The candidate will be asked questions on matters of general interest. The object of interview or personality test is to assess the personal suitability of the candidate for a career in public service by board of competent and unbiased observers. Now, what is the interview personality test is intended to judge the mental caliber of a candidate. In broad term, this is really an assessment of not only intellectual ability, but also social traits. See, not only intellectual ability, but also social traits and interest in current affairs. Some of the qualities we judge are mental alertness, critical powers of assimilation, and clear and logical exposition, balance of judgment, variety and depth of interest, ability for social cohesion and leadership, intellectual and moral integrity. This is what the board will look into you, whether you have this kind of qualities, right? Then you can see is a strict cross examination, but of a natural through directed purposive conversation. That is all right there. Now see here, this part I will skip there. GS paper you already know. I am coming directly to the anthropology part of it. right? You all know that. So anthropology I have already mentioned, but I would like to add something on this, which is very, very important. There are three types of questions: 10 marks, 15 marks, and 20 marks. Right? And see, optional paper marks marking system is different. This is a paper, right? Why I've opened right now? Just to review where we stand now in our classroom program, where we stand right now. So let's have a very quick review of what we have covered. So I have started with meaning, scope, and development of anthropology, right? Our beginning of the class, we started with that, right? Then relationship with other disciplines. I've discussed the main branches of anthropology: socio-cultural anthropology, biological anthropology, archaeological anthropology, linguistic anthropology. That is the first chapter we have covered. Then now coming to this one: human evolution and emergence of man, biological and cultural factors in human evolution, theory of organic evolution, pre-Darwinian, then Darwinian and post-Darwinian, synthesis theory of evolution, brief outline, right, of terms and concepts like Doll's rule, Cobb's rule, then Gauss rule, parallelism. This is the part of biological anthropology. Again, we'll be studying about characteristics of primates, evolutionary trends, and all this one. Then phylogenetic status, human, right? Primates like here, Homo erectus, all this one we are going to cover. Neanderthal man, Rhodesian man, Homo sapiens. Again, from biological, we'll be coming to this one. Then biological basis of life, cell, DNA structure, molecular biology, genetics. Then principles of prehistoric archaeology. We'll be seeing about the historical thing. Cultural evolution, Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic, Copper Bronze Age, Iron Age, which will connect with the history. Then the nature of culture, which we have been discussing, the concept and characteristics of culture, civilization, ethnocentrism, vis-a-vis culture relativism, enculturation, acculturation. This is what I've done that. Nature of society, concept of society, social culture, social part, marriage, incest, taboo, right? Hypogamy, monogamy, all this we have covered in the class. Type of marriage, marriage regulation, family, kinship, economic organization, political organization and social control, religion, and then anthropological theories. See here, classical evolutionism, Tyler, Morgan, Fraser. Then coming to historical particularism, Boas, diffusionism, British, German, and American, functionalism, Malinowski, structural functionalism, Radcliffe Brown, then structuralism, Levi-Strauss, and one other is Illich. Then you can see culture and personality, Benedict, Mead, Linton, Gardiner, Cora Du Bois.
Sir, I had one thing to ask you.
Hmm.
It would be helpful if you can just like you're giving us notes and making us understand the concept. But while there is the titles of the topics, can you just let us know which book would be easier topic
Yeah,
wise to look into more to that, like just the meaning, scope, development.
correct, correct. Yes, I will be giving you today. That's what I have kept this class so that and I am here with my library. So I will show you those book also there. I have those books also. So and I'll give you a systematic approach, like so that because we have already done 23 classes, 24 classes we have done. So you will know the systematic approach, right? But you will see Benedict, Mead, Linton, Gardner, Cora Du Bois, what we have discussed, personality, school, culture. Now, what we are left with right now, neo-evolutionism, cultural materialism, that Mavin Harris, then symbolic interpretive theories, Turner, Snyder, and Grits, cognitive theory, postmodernism. So this part we have to cover. Then we will be going to this one, culture, language, and communication, and the research methodology in anthropology. Research methodology, that will come statistical thing there. So that we are going to cover there. And then again, see human genetics, methods of application, Mendelian genetics, right? Concept of genetic polymorphism, chromosome and chromosomal aberration. biology which you discuss, study, sickle cell anemia, hemophilia, all those kind of things, the Klinefelter disease, then syndrome like Turner syndrome. This is just part of general biology. From there it comes autosomal and all this one, race and racism, then age, sex, and population variation as genetic marker, concept, method, ecological anthropology. There's ecological anthropology also, which we will cover. Then epidemiological anthropology, concept of human growth and development. Right? This all you will find here. Then application of anthropology. So there are 12 such chapters within paper one. Right? Now application like biotechnology, counseling, all this comes. Now paper two will be the Indian anthropology from Indian aspect of evolution of Indian culture civilization. We study about historical aspect, the human fossils, what we have found in India. Then ethno-archaeological, that same thing will come, demographic profile, right? In terms of total population of India and that the diversity, we'll study about that. Then caste system in India, caste system, that during our discussion we have been discussing so many times the caste, but here will come the sacred complex, that is a LP Vidyarthi. I have mentioned once in the classroom Gaya Ji, that sacred complex that comes. Impact of Buddhism, Jainism, Islam, and Christianity on Indian society. Impact of religion on Indian society. Then you can see emergence and growth and development in India, contributions of all the scholars. So we'll be covering our Indian anthropologist. Right? Now Indian village studies, linguistic and religious minorities. See, linguistic and religious minorities and the social, political, and economic status. Then indigenization, exogenous process of socio-cultural change, westernization, modernization, whatever the changes are taking place in society. Then we'll see tribal situation in India. Then again, problems of the tribal community, tribal welfare, tribal problems, right? That is a part of it. Underemployment, poverty, all this will come. Developmental project and their impact on society, like deforestation, all those kind of things will come into that. Problem of exploitation and deprivation of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, that will come here. Social change, contemporary tribal changes there. Now see, impact of Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, and other religions on tribal society. Tribe and nation state, there comes history of administration of tribal areas. So here you will come to polity part, like polity and governance part, 5th schedule, 6th schedule, provision of Panchayati Raj, PESA, all will come into that. Role of anthropology, tribal development, rural development, right? Then again, contribution anthropology in understanding regionalism, then communalism and ethnic and political movement. So paper 2, if you look at, comparatively is a shorter. Paper 1 is lengthier. And paper 2 is completely Indian based thing there. Right? So this is what I've just gone through quickly there. Now look at here. I have this one. Just a second. I had this one, sorry, this one, first one. This is the revision chart I've given anthropology thinkers. So in anthropology thinkers, so this is all evolutionary culture, like evolutionarism, diffusionism and historical particularism, we have discussed that. Franz Boas, cultural relativism, we have gone into that. Functionalism we have studied. Structural functionalism we have studied. Culture, personality, school. This part we have covered. Margaret Mead, Ruth Benedict, Cora Du Bois. Structuralism, last class we were discussing. Claude Lévi-Strauss, we have covered there. Right? So now this part we will be covering in our next class. About new evolutionism, cultural ecology, modernism, postmodernism, that will come. Right? And all those things, right, which I have covered. Now if you see here, our topics which we are going through it, like the class planner here, if you look at, so anthropology here, this is what I'll go through it, something more, but let me just, let me see here. Okay, anyway, class planner I have shared in the beginning to the management of. But now let's look at here. See, when it comes to answer writing, PYQs, previous year question when you look at, so you have three types of questions to be answered. Right? One is 10 markers, 150 words. Second is 15 markers. That is, you can write 250 words. And third will be here 20 markers. So in the optional paper, you have three lengthwise, three types of marks-based questions are there. The 20 marks, generally it is considered to be 300 words, but you can extend to 350 words also. 300 to 350 words. 20 marks question here. You have enough space there. Now, what is another thing here? When you look at the question paper, is two part is there. Part A, part B. You have to answer total 5 questions. One has to answer total 5 questions. Now, each question will be of 50 marks. Total marks, 250 marks is there. Total number of question, main question we look at, there will be 5, which you have to write in 3 hours. Right? And out of these 5 questions, every question total marks will be 50. 50 marks will be there. Now, first question here, question number 1, and question number here, 1. First question of part A and first question of part B are compulsory. If you don't attempt, if you don't write, you will not get marks. That is compulsory for all candidates to write first question of part A and part B. That is compulsory. If you miss any part of it, any sub part of it, so total marks will go down. Now, here what they do, there will be 10 marks question into 5. There will be 5 questions of 10 marks each. What I said, if you look at one question will be 50 marks. Total marks of one question will be 50 marks. Total you have to attempt 5. Out of that, part A and part B, first questions are compulsory. Now, this first question of part A and part B will be 10 mark question, which will be 5. That means what? 150 words. You have to write 150 words, one question's answer, and there will be 5 of them. You cannot leave any one of them, or you lose the marks. That means there is no choice. You are given no choice. All those 150 words each, 10 marks question, all 5 of you have to write. That is a compulsory. Same with the part B also. Now remaining, so here what is there? Let's say question number 1, you have 5 questions, 10 marks, total 50 marks, and they will be 150 words each. So you will be writing those A, B, C, D, E, compulsory. That's compulsory. Now, after these 2 compulsory questions, total will be 7. Out of that, now 2 are compulsory. So how many are left? 5. Out of 5, you have to write 3 more. Are you able to understand? टोटल 7 क्वेश्चन में से आपने क्या किया? पहला क्वेश्चन पार्ट ए पार्ट बी का जो है कंपलसरी है, तो आपके 2 क्वेश्चन तो कंपलसरी है. 50 मार्क्स 50 मार्क्स 50 मार्क्स 50 मार्क्स 100 मार्क्स. अब बचा कितना? 150 मार्क्स. दैट मीन 3 क्वेश्चंस. So now you have a choice कि remaining 5 question you have to attempt any 3 question. Now here you have a choice, but what is condition? But from every part at least 1 question you have to attempt. Are you able to understand? पहला क्वेश्चन कंपलसरी है, ठीक है. अब इसके बाद पार्ट ए में जो क्वेश्चंस होगा उसमें भी से एक क्वेश्चन तो आपको करना ही करना है, right? That you have to do. So if you have here part A and part B here, first part and second part, so you know that first question is compulsory, which you have to do it. Again, the first question of this is compulsory. You have no choice. You have to do it. Now 3 more question you have to do. But 3 more question, again, minimum 1 question should be from each of the part. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने ये कंपलसरी पूरा किया और यहां से आपने 4 क्वेश्चन कर दिया. That means you have taken question this one and 3 more question, or you have written both of this and then 3 question from here. No. So you may have again minimum 1 question, minimum 1 question. कितने हो गए? How many are there? 4 question. Now you are left with 1. So that one you have a choice. Either remaining question from here you can select, or either remaining from here you can take 1. Did you understand? Are you able to understand here? समझ में आ रहा है ना कि पहला पार्ट में तो पहला क्वेश्चन कंपलसरी है, वो लिखना ही है. और दूसरा क्या कंडीशन है कि हर एक पार्ट से आपको एक एक क्वेश्चन लिखना है, ठीक है. अब जो 5th क्वेश्चन है, आप कोई भी इधर से जो बचा हुआ क्वेश्चन है, रिमेनिंग क्वेश्चन, आप अटेम्प्ट कर सकते हो. गेटिंग माई पॉइंट, राइट? Sadia is saying that means 2 languages are compulsory, English and any one other Indian language. Yeah, that's right. So means yes, yes, please tell me.
Sir, is there any negative marking?
Negative marking only when you exceed word limit. If you exceed word limit, see where the negative marking will be there. Here the negative marking will be this one. See where you get a negative mark here. Penalty. What is called penalty? One is that exceeding the word limit. And I'll tell you that exceeding word limit is not good for you only. You know why? Because if you write too much of one answer, you will lose time for writing other answers. Exceeding word limit means you have a problem because you will not get enough time to write other questions. Second penalty will be this one. This penalty. Which penalty? If you don't attempt, one more question from each of the part. समझ में? ये बहुत ध्यान रखना है. कई बार गलती होता है. Many times the student do this mistake. They attempt this 2 and then attempt 3 from one part, or they attempt 3 from one part. Do you know what the UPSC will do there? Any idea? Suppose this 2 you have written and you have attempted 3 questions from here. and none from here. So what UPSC will do? Tell me.
वन क्वेश्चन का 50 मार्क्स टोटली काउंट ही नहीं करेंगे सर, माइनस कर
बिल्कुल
देंगे।
सही। दे तो वो क्या करेंगे पता है? दे विल डू व्हाट? Even if you have written 3 questions, they will only evaluate 2 of them. The third, they will leave it. They will not evaluate. And here, since you have not attempted one more question from here, तो 0 marks. समझ में आ रहा है? अगर आपने यहाँ पर 3 क्वेश्चन कर लिया, आउट ऑफ 3 क्वेश्चन आपको एक एक दोनों पार्ट से लेना है। अगर आपने तीनों क्वेश्चन यहाँ कर लिया, तो यहाँ पे केवल 2 क्वेश्चन को इवेलुएट करेंगे, तीसरा नहीं करेंगे। कहने का मतलब आपने टोटल 4 क्वेश्चन का ही आपका इवेल्युएशन हुआ, आपका 5वां का नहीं होगा। क्यों नहीं होगा 5वां का? क्योंकि आपने यहां से नहीं लिखा, वो 0 काउंट हो गया। ये गलती नहीं करना है। बहुत बार लोग मेंस में ये गलती करते हैं, और 50 मार्क्स बहुत मैटर करता है। 50 मार्क्स मैटर अ लॉट। आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड हियर? दैट मींस at least one more question you have to write from both the side. Are you able to understand this? Any doubt?
Sir, means two
Sir.
questions from each part, right? Compulsory.
See, this is what you have to write. That is compulsory, first one. Now you are left with what? 3 more. Out of 3 more, what is the condition? Okay, at least one from each of the part. Total 4, correct? And now you are left with 1. So either that last 5th one you attempt from this part or from this part. Choice is yours. कहने का मतलब ये है, this is what is said. कहने का मतलब ये है कि you have this one. You have to keep this formula in mind. You have to keep this formula in mind. हमेशा ये फॉर्मूला को ध्यान में रखना है। पहला क्वेश्चन, ठीक है? दैट इज कंपलसरी। और एक और क्वेश्चन यहां पे करना है। कोई भी एक क्वेश्चन आपको यहां से करना है, यहां से भी एक क्वेश्चन कहीं करना है। दैट मीन्स 1, 2, 3, 4, ये 4 कंपलसरी है। अब बचा 5, तो 5 you can select any of them. 5 you can take any of them. Either you can take this one, or you can take this one, or you want to take this one, any of them. The 5th one, 5th question, any of remaining questions from any 2 parts. So what is the formula
Sir.
you have to? Yes.
Sir, this instruction will be written in the question.
Yeah, it is written in the question paper.
Means if we forget this, then instruction will be written, right?
No, that is
Question
given.
paper as
That's
well.
given there. No. It is given in the question paper. I'll show you the instruction. That will be given in the question paper.
Okay, sir. Sir, and if we write wrong, means if we forget something, that instead of that leave down, if we write under the ER Tyler or something like that. So is there any negative marking for that, or they just cut that part, just like in university?
They will cut that part, just like university. They will cut that part. That is also the negative thing. So what is here? So one negative is this one. This is what I mentioned. This one. Second is what? Second is this one. That if you don't attempt one more question from each part, again they will reduce the marks. Another thing where the marks is deducted, bad handwriting, not readable. So please make sure, see, since you have to write in 3 hours, you have to write very, very fast. but make sure that it should be legible. It is written there, it is written in the instruction. Another thing where students make mistake, you have to write in paras. Paragraph is also very important. It's not only bullet points. What is another negative thing? Writing answers only in bullet points and flowchart diagram. No paras. You can mix para with the bullet points. But your answer should not be only bullet points. See, the way you make notes, no, class notes, the way teacher teach and give you the notes, pointers, that will not work here. So here, what is the negative thing here? Writing only points and no para. You have to use a paragraph. Along with paragraph, you can mix bullet points. But suppose your answer is there, only point you are writing, you will lose marks. It's always better to write with the paragraph. You start with paragraph. Where the points have to be used, advantages, demerits, disadvantages, applications, names of the books, highlights of the theory, that you can do. But answers should not be only point. They will reduce the marks. In the mains exam, it is expected to write in paras. They're looking for your paragraph writing. That means your command over the language. How you frame the sentence. And how you frame the sentence. How do you write the answers? They're looking to that ability of writing answers. Right? Now what I'm saying here. These are there. Now, what is the first question of every part? How many questions are there? 5 questions. How much marks? 10 marks. 10 into 5, 50. Right? Now, the remaining three questions which you will attempt, out of that, one question from each part. Now, I'll give you a breakup of the answer here, question. So, when you look at the remaining question here, question, the breakup will be like this. Why will be like this one? We have 20 marks, 15 marks, 10 marks. So what will be here? 2 questions will be 2 questions of 15 marks. And 1 question, how many marks? 20 marks. Did you understand? Did you understand here? You will have 3 parts. In a given question, you will have 3 sub-question. Right? 3 sub-questions will be there on 3 different topics. They ask you 3 different topics. First may be 15 marks, second may be 15 marks, third may be 20 marks. So 15 marks means how many words? 250 words each into 2, that means 500 words. And 20 marks, how much you have to write? Minimum 300 words. So total, how many words are coming here? How many coming? Around 800 to 900 words. Correct? 800 to 900 words you are writing in one question. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है? और दूसरा क्या तरीका हो सकता है? दूसरा तरीका क्या हो सकता है? सोचो, 2 20 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन correct? And one 10 marks. ये है ना. Second could be what? It may be two questions of how many marks? 20 marks, 40 marks, and one question will be 10 marks. Right? That could be there. Right? But mostly you have this type, the first type. So now you take, you are writing, let's say, first compulsory question, 150 words into 5 questions. There are 5 sub questions. So how much comes? 650 words, 700 words around. You can take an average 700 words to 750 words into 5. That means somewhere minimum you have to write 3000 words. In how many hours? 3 hours. That is a 180 minutes. In 180 minutes, 3000 words you have to write. All 5 questions. Right? So again, here, if you look at, if I divide all 5 questions in 3 hours, so one question should be completed how many minutes? One question. How much time you need to allocate in any one question? If 5 questions to be in 3 hours, 180 minutes, to one question with all the parts, in how many minutes you have to complete? Tell me how many minutes you require.
36 minutes on average.
36 minutes. आधे घंटे का टाइम में आपका 5 क्वेश्चन 2.5 घंटे में हो जाएगा, 2.5 hours. That means, but that is you are getting 36 minutes. 36 minutes in one question. And first question is compulsory. First question is compulsory. 5 parts are there. So every part you understand at least 6 minutes. 6 minutes to 7 minutes. This one, first one, this one. This first one you have to write at least in 7 minutes. 7 into 5, 35 minutes. And here, when you look at the other parts, where you have 3 subcomponents, let's say I'm taking 36 minutes, so at least 12 minutes. But the short answer you have to complete in 10 minutes, remaining you can take 15, 20 minutes. So you get average around 36 to 40 minutes. बहुत बार मेन एग्जाम में क्या होता है कि क्वेश्चन छूट जाता है. Maybe if you don't have good practice, I'm telling you very why my purpose of taking this session is that in main exam, I have seen many times the students who don't practice writing answers, they miss any of the components, any of the parts. If you, let's say if you miss any part, maybe your 30 marks or 15 marks or 20 marks, you will lose it. And you are under pressure, you are writing there. Again, what happens? Even you have read the instruction, again you do the common mistake. What is common mistake? If from one part you are answering all 3 questions. And then later you realize, oh, I missed out. Now I'll give you another thing. Suppose you have a very good writing practice and in a flow you have written 6 answers. This also happens sometimes. So what UPSC will do? Suppose those students who have very good writing practice and they write very fast. And what happened in that exam hall, 3 hours, he was in such a flow, she was in such in flow, attempted 6 questions. So what UPSC will do in that case? Yes. Tell me, what UPSC will do in that case? If somebody, right, with very good writing practice attempts, the person didn't realize, attempt 6 questions, was able to write in half an hour, and it was the person, the student, aspirant was, he or she was writing so fast, he or she was in the flow of writing, and then later realized that I have attempted 6 questions. So what UPSC will do in that case? It happens sometimes. So what UPSC will do? Tell me. Marks will be given only for 5, right? So how UPSC will, suppose the person has first part here and second part here. Suppose first question, attempted. Here also second question attempted. Right? And what happened? He attempted or she attempted the entire part, 3 and 4. So what UPSC will do in this case? Yes, Shubham, what the student will do there?
But I think UPSC will consider the first 5 questions, which they see
Correct.
all the compulsory questions and the 5th question, and they will ignore the 6th question.
Correct. So UPSC will go in a sequence. What UPSC will do? UPSC will consider this question. This question will be considered. That is considered for all the candidates. Then UPSC will take the sequence. Will take, okay, the next question here, next question in the part will be there, and we'll see from here. After this, which is the next question. See, I have written 2, does not mean 2. It can be question number 5, it can be question 6, whatever the printed question number is there. So what UPSC will consider, these 2 are compulsory, that is evaluated. So next in the line, whichever the question number is there. Say I'm writing 2, 3, 4, doesn't take 2, 3, 4 in a real sense. It can be any other question number. So we'll take the next question here. Similarly, we'll take next question. And then after this, whichever the next will be there, we'll consider that. We'll ignore the this. So now what is the catch? What is the catch? Suppose you have not written this answer very well, but you have written this answer very well. Do you understand what is the catch here? The person has written 6 answers, but let's say UPSC will go in that thing here and here. So what will happen? It will miss out, even though that answer will be a best quality answer. Right? Are you able to understand here? Okay, Anvesh has asked a question here. If you want to give some details about a particular sentence meaning, we can write explanation in bracket. Is it also applicable in optional, right? Yes, you can give it right in bracket there, because optional question marks relatively high and need more words to write. Yes. Anvesh is asking a question. Yes, you can do that. You can mention that. So please make sure these are some small things, but matters a lot. Right? Now look at here. These are all small things, but matters a lot. Look at, I'll come to Odisha service also, but let's look at here. 8 questions, total 8 questions will be there. Look at here. What is given here? I'm reading out there. See, there are 8 questions. Total 8 questions are there. Right? Divided into 2 sections, section 1 and section 2. Candidate has to attempt 5 questions in all. Out of 8, 5 have to attempt. Now, question number 1 and 5 are compulsory, and out of the remaining 3 are to be attempted choosing at least 1 question from each section. Four question. Question number 1, question number 5. Section compulsory. And now out of 2, 3, 4, and 6, 7, 8. You have to take at least one each and one extra from any of them. That is what comes. The number of marks carried by a question or part is indicated against it. Answer must be written in the medium authorized. That is obvious. Whatever medium you are writing, English medium, then English medium, Hindi medium, then Hindi medium, whatever medium. See here, word limit in questions wherever specified should be adhered to. Can you see here? I'll read the sentence again. Word limit in questions wherever specified should be adhered to. Strictly told, adhere to the word limits. Don't exceed word limits. Now, attempts of questions shall be counted. Can you see here? Attempts of questions shall be counted in sequential order. Can you see this word? Sequential order. Attempts of questions shall be counted in sequential order unless struck off. You understand that? Unless you struck off your answer. Now another problem. What will be another problem? You have started writing the answer. Correct? And what happened? You started with one question, but then you realize that I am able to only write one part A. B and C I am not very comfortable. Now you skip that question and you go to the next question. You think that next question, I know A, B, C. I will be able to write. But again, don't do that mistake. Are you able to understand this one? What will happen, the problem there? Suppose, did you get my point? Are you able to get the point here? See, this is compulsory, this is compulsory. Now what happened? You are going to this one, next question here. And you have three parts, A, B, C. And then you have a third, again, A, B, C. So what happened? You attempted this question. This was attempted by you. And you skip that. You have not written this. And then you thought, I know this three answers properly. So now you have attempted this. Attempted this one. Right? And then you attempt one more answer here. A, B, C. Which you know that. And then here you are attempting question number 6. You have attempted this one. So how many questions you attempted? 2, 4, 5, 6. So what UPSC will do? Tell me here. What UPSC will do here? Anybody you can tell. What is the instruction said? UPSC will evaluate in a sequential order. So which question UPSC will evaluate here? This two, and this. But what will happen with you? You will lose the marks. You have skipped 2 parts, no? So what do you have to do? Tell me. What is said in instruction? What do you have to do there? क्या करना होगा बताओ आप? अभी है ना? इसको स्ट्राइक करना होगा. स्ट्राइक ऑफ. अगर आप स्ट्राइक करना भूल गए, see sometimes you are writing the flow and you, let's say you have attempted, अब पता चला टाइम निकल गया और आपने स्ट्राइक नहीं किया, you will regret after the exam. 3 घंटे में लिखना है, 3 घंटे में आप लिख रहे हो और लास्ट में क्या हुआ, आपका पेपर छीन लिया. Your paper was taken and you forgot to strike this. Even though you have written all these answers, very good answer, which can give you so higher marks, but then you will regret कि यार मैंने strike नहीं किया. I have not strike this one. So you are outrightly losing out 30 marks, 35 marks. Even though you have done hard work, written very good answer here. Getting the point here? So please make sure any question you have attempted not completely in the main exam, optional subject, you strike off that one and then whatever you have written, that one. Because if you strike off, it will not be evaluated. This will not be evaluated. Then the UPSC will consider question number 3 and 4 for evaluation. Same thing you have to do here also. If suppose question number 6 you have not written completely, but question number 7 you have written completely, so what you will do? Question number 6 you will strike off. Again, one more thing, ऐसा नहीं होगा यूपीएससी में कि you have written one question from question 2 and then 2 question from question 3, so 1 plus 2 3 they'll give marks. No, it will not be like that. Do you understand that? अब ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने यहाँ पर क्वेश्चन 2 का ए लिखा और क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 का बी एंड सी लिख दिया तो मेरा ए बी सी काउंट हो जाए. नहीं, नो. Always evaluation will be taken as one single question, main question, not mixing up. It will not mix anything. It will only take main question. Did you understand this one? Are you able to understand? समझ में आ रही है ये बात?
Yes, sir.
ये सब बहुत जरूरी चीज है. Just keep in mind because answer writing practice, this is what is required. This has to be there, right? Right. Most welcome, Anvesh. Clear here? So this is what is written here. Look at sequential order unless struck off. See here, unless struck off, attempt of a question shall be counted even if attempted partly. See here, unless struck off, unless you have not struck off, attempt of a question shall be counted even if attempted partly. Now any page, again another thing, see, any page or portion of the page left blank in the question cum answer booklet must be clearly struck off. Again, very important thing, you should not leave any blank thing here. Let's say in the answer booklet, you are writing something. Let's say you are writing the answer, right? And now this is blank. Then again strike off. You should not keep anything left blank. जहां जहां ब्लैंक है उसको स्ट्राइक ऑफ करना है. समझ में आ रहा है? Wherever you are leaving blank, you will strike off. Either you write like this or simply what you can do like this one, or you can cross like this. ठीक है? Now, another very important thing which is not given there, but I am now telling you. In the answer cum question booklet, I think maybe in university also you do that. You have one page, front page, where the table will be given. You understand that this table, you have seen that table? This table will be there, where you have to mention which question, you have attempted, front page, because where the marks are given, examiner will put the marks to which question you have attempted, that you have to mention. समझ में आ रहा है बात? पहला देखा है ना, यूनिवर्सिटी में करना होता है ऐसा. There will be some first page where questions, and you have to fill up which question you have attempted, and that first page where the marks are put and by the examiner. So to fill that
Yes,
page,
sir. But in
that you,
case if we do something wrong over here, like
then again penalty will be there. Again the penalty will be there. If you do something wrong here, then they will do the penalty. There will be penalty of marks. and this has to be done. This is very, very important, right? We have to do that one. Otherwise, penalty will be there. And again, you have to only mention your roll number, no name. There should not be any personal identification. Only your admit card number has to be given there in the part of it. ठीक है? Clear? All are clear there? Now let's look at OS exam. Now OS exam. I'm now coming to the OS paper. Paper 1 and paper 2. So if you look at OS exam, again 3 hours, total marks 250 marks. Correct? Now you see here. Question paper contain 18 questions. Now this is very different. 18 questions in group A. Right? And group B 6. Group A 12 question. Group B 6. 12 plus 6, 18 question. This is OS paper. Right? So now see here. Candidate to attempt 10 questions within word limit of 250. How many questions are there? 18 questions are there. 12 first part A, 6 in part. And how many you have to write? 10 of them. See? You write 10 of them. And each question will have 250 words. So that means total 2500 words in 3 hours. Now what is here? Each question carries 15 marks. 250 words, 15 marks. UPSC also 15 marks, 250 words. Whether GS paper or optional, 15 marks means 250 words. Now I look at here. Now here. So if you look at here, pre-Darwinian theory of evolution, twin study differential genetic and environmental studies, right? To describe the application of anthropometry. Now this is the research methodology. A key difference between Paleolithic, Mesolithic, that's archaeological anthropology. Then paradoxes, concept of culture, within the concept of culture and how these paradoxes contribute to the complexities of anthropological studies. Then again, see, explain the concept of participatory development, right? Contemporary. So again, you see, ethnic boundaries, conflict, contemporary social conflict, particularly in the context of nation states. Then understanding ethnicity, contemporary society. Now look at you, question number 9. What is the significance of genetic resources? Ecological anthropology. Then genealogy method and its significance of anthropological studies. They are direct questions. Once you have studied, direct question. Then somatotypes and all. Anthropological approaches to the study of religion. See here. Anthropological approaches to the study of religion, specifically focus on evolutionary and functional perspective. The total 12 questions are there. Now here candidates who attempt 5 questions within word limit of 300. No, there's more words are there. See, in OS part A, how many questions are there? 12. And how many questions you have to attempt here out of 12? 10 questions. Here you have more word limit. See, 2500 words. And group B, there are 5 candidates to attempt 5 questions. Here you have a long type. 20 marks. See, 20 marks, 301. 300 marks. 20 marks question. So out of 6, you have to attempt 5. Now see, challenges, opportunities for anthropology in the 21st century, role of genetic counseling in human genetics, right? The principle of personal identification, reconstruct forensic, DNA fingerprinting and all this forensic anthropology. Then impact of urbanization and industrialization on traditional family structure, right? Then you can see plan development and discuss potential impact on resettlement from an anthropological perspective. And then again explain the concept of cultural adaptation to in ecological anthropology. ठीक है, तो इसमें यूपीएससी में क्या है, ईच सेक्शन पहला क्वेश्चन कंपलसरी है. अब ओएस में क्या है, व्हाट इज इन देयर इन ओएस? इन ओएस एग्जाम, तो जब हम ओएस एग्जाम ले रहे हैं, ओएस एग्जाम each of the paper 1, paper 2, right? So you have part A and part B. How many total questions are there? Part A 12 questions. And how many total questions you have here? 6 questions. Yeah, no? 12 plus 6, 18 questions are there. Correct, 18 questions are there. And now if you see, what is the instruction saying here? If I go to the first page, so what is the instruction saying here? Instruction is saying that this 12 and 6, right? Now what is saying here? Candidate to attempt 10 questions from part A. That means out of 12 questions here, 10 questions of how many marks? 15 marks to be attempted. See here in Odisha Civil Service Exam, OCS paper, OS exam, there is nothing said that question number 1 is compulsory. It's not that. Any of the 10 questions you have to attempt. There is no compulsion that the first question is compulsory. That means you have to attempt 10 questions with 250 words, right? So that will come 2500 words, right? And how many marks? How many marks will be there? 10 question, na? 10 into 15. So you have to write 150 marks. So for 150 marks, you will be writing 10 questions out of the choice of 12 questions. So you have only 2 questions based choice. 12 में से 10 तो लिखना ही पड़ेगा. आपको केवल 2 क्वेश्चन छोड़ना है. कहने का मतलब आपका पूरा पढ़ा होना चाहिए. अब इसमें कितना क्वेश्चन करना है? 5 क्वेश्चंस. कितने मार्क्स का है? 20 मार्क्स to be attempted. So 5 question into 300 words. So that comes around how much? 1500 words. और यहाँ कितना मार्क्स मिलेगा? 100 मार्क्स. That is a 5 question into 20 marks. That is 100 marks. Clear? Is it clear here? Division of marks. But now you see, out of 6, you have got only 1 as an option as a choice. Even out of 6 questions, you have to write 5 questions. The total, if you look at total words when you look at here, total words you are writing 2500 plus here 1500, right? So how much is there? 4000 words. In how many hours? 3 hours. 180 minutes. अब सोचो, इसमें तो आपको और फास्ट लिखना पड़ेगा. इसमें तो और फास्ट लिखना है. 4000 words in 3 hours, 180 minutes. एवरेज अगर यहां पर लेते हैं 7 मिनट्स, है ना, 8 मिनट में मैं लेकर चलता हूं, तो 80 minutes you get this. And here if you take 10 minutes, see here, you have to take 8 minutes per question. If you're taking 8 minutes, let's say 8 minutes for one question. Total 80 minutes you are getting. Or here you have to take 10 minutes per question. 10 minutes per question. That is coming to 100, 50, no, 50 will be there, no? 80 questions are there. So here you can take more, I think so. 100, this 250 words. So let's say 10, if you take 10, 100 minutes. That you can take 10 minutes here. If you take 10 minutes here to write answer, then you take 100 minutes. Right? And here I think 5 questions you have to write. Right? So at least you can take 12 minutes, 12 to 13 minutes. You have a 60 minutes time. Fair enough. Around 160 minutes. If you keep a target of writing in the part A, if you keep a target of writing one answer in 10 minutes, so 10 into 10 question 100 minutes. And in part B, if you keep a target of writing one answer in 12 minutes. See, there you have 250 words, here you have 300 words. केवल कितने वर्ड का डिफरेंस है? 50 वर्ड का. You are writing 50 words extra here. So if you take 12 minutes time here, a target, then 12 into 5, 60 minutes. So 100 plus 60, 160 minutes. You will be very comfortable to write answers. Plus minus, plus you can take 20 minutes some extra. That means 160 minutes you target, still you will be getting 20 minutes extra. Right? And I'm telling you that all these questions, first time when you're looking at the question, you might worry. Why? Because you have not read the topics. But once you read the topic, then it becomes much easier. एक बार आप अगर आपने टॉपिक पढ़ लिया तो आपके लिए बहुत आसान है. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है? Now coming to WPCS. Although by the new notification it has said there, but so far the government has not notified the new pattern of the examination. The West Bengal government has not notified. Now WPPCS will follow the UPSC pattern. That will be the purely following the UPSC pattern. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है सबको? अश्मिता, सस्मिता?
Yes, sir. I had one misconception about OS exam, but it got cleared now. I was actually having the wrong concept about the questions.
Right. See, you can attempt here. I'm saying that if you keep 10 minutes target, I'm very sure 10-minute target, if you keep 10 questions are there, 100 minutes you will be over 1.5 hour. Right? Another 1.5 hour you get 5 questions to write long answer. Again 12 minutes if you take one question, 60 minutes. You'll be able to do it. And you have 3 hours time. That means if you properly plan it, you'll be able to do it. It's one and the same thing. See, one and the same thing. If I take a UPSC exam, question number 1, section, first section, question number 5, second section. You have 5 questions there. Small question. The 5 into 5, 5 plus 5, 10. Short questions. And then 3 you have to take. You can take 3, will have every part. Like if you look at UPSC here, I'll show you that. If you look at this UPSC one, right? If you look at the paper here, UPSC paper, you will see here. These are 10. First question compulsory UPSC. Write short notes on the following about 158 words. Digitalization of rural economy, origin of state societies, Syro-Malabar Christians, artisan tribes of Jharkhand, causes of stunting and wasting among tribal children. These are 5 questions, 10 marks each. Right? Which can easily be written there. Then you can see question 2. Now again, see if you look at question 2, can you see here? Question 2 part A, 20 marks. Part B, 15 marks. Part C, 15 marks. So you have 2 15 marks, right? 2 15 marks and 1 20 marks. Like, particularly critically discuss welfare. There's a group, there's a paper 2. ये paper 2 का है, ठीक है? This I have opened the paper 2. Indian Anthropology. PESA Act on scheduled tribes, this one. You can see 20 marks. That means 300 words. Now if you see here, PESA, this, PTBT was the particularly vulnerable tribe, PBTB, and then here you have a PESA Act, 15 words, 15 marks. That is a 250 words. And then colonial history of Indian anthropology, highlighting the critical role played by Indian anthropology sustaining its autonomy. So is asking about Indian anthropologists' contribution during the British time in the field of anthropology. This is a paper 2 question. Second question here, now you see, if you go to third question, see again. Archaeological anthropology, critically describe evidence from Rakhi Gadhi You know, Rakhi Gadi, you have read in history, Harappa.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That Indus Valley
Absolutely.
civilization, linkage to Harappan civilization, anthropological point of view. So 20 marks. Then see LP Vidyarthi, MN Srinivas. MN Srinivas will study in the classroom caste system, and LP Vidyarthi study religion. That is a sacred complex of Gaya. So that what he has Indian village study there. So 15 marks, and then again see impact of forest policy from 1872 to 2006 on land alienation deprivation. Part C 15 marks. So if you see UPSC has clearly 20 marks, 15 marks, 15 marks in one question, and three parts are there ABC. Same way you can see here this one. Ethical concern of biological, socio-cultural anthropology because of recent advancement of AI. See here, genetic research. What is impact on biological and socio-cultural anthropology? Impact of AI, artificial intelligence, and genetic research. Then again, you see, write an essay on life history of tribal activist and fighter Birsa Munda. Again, history thing which you can write here. Birsa Munda, you know that. Santhal rebellion, Munda rebellion. That's
Yes,
what
sir.
is sacrifice to tribal society. Then you can see demographic challenge of India's changing population. I am telling you, paper 2 is very scoring. Paper 2 is very scoring. One can easily write good answer there. Paper 2, Indian anthropology. So you have this type of question, and then see here section B, part B. Again, what is the first question? Compulsory. How many are there? 5. You can see. Write short notes on the following about 50. Now you can see BK Roy, Burman's concerned buffer zone. Then describe ILO's, International Labour Organizations, convention number so and so. Then Apatani, agriculture practice of the Apatani tribe of Arunachal Pradesh. Then status of 6 scheduled areas. These are short answers, 10 marks each. Compulsory, but that is compulsory. First question of section B. Now you can see constitutional safeguard for backward classes. Right. Now again, question 6. You have 20 marks, 15 marks, 15 marks. So 20 marks. Custodian of natural resources are the tribals, but they are most deprived. Critically examine climate change will impact their survival in future. Impact of global warming, climate change on tribal society. Then you can see elucidate the difference between secularism, religious, and all this one. And if you can see here, paper 1, UPSC paper 1. So you can see paper 1. Paper 1, this is paper 1. First question is compulsory. So you can see that you can easily write attributes of culture. We have discussed in the classroom. Attributes, characteristics of culture. We will study this for Harappan maritime trade and all this. Even in history you have read Lothal. Lothal, where is Lothal? Gujarat. Ancient dockyard. Maritime trade, right? That part comes. Then critical perspective on avoidance and joking relationship, that will come to that. Lethal and sublethal genes, biological anthropology, hemoglobin in health and disease. Short questions. And then you have a long question. See here. I mentioned Franz Boas discuss historical particularism as a critical development to the classical evolutionism. Classical evolution, what is there? E.B. Tyler. And historical particularism, Franz Boas. Thinker question is there. You can easily write. Even now, if I give you this question, you will be able to write it. Franz Boas. Then see the evidence of food production, domestic animal with reference to Mehergad. Again, this animal part. Then critically comment on the lifestyle disease and their impact on human health. This is applied anthropology. Paper 1, applied anthropology. Then you can see biological anthropology. What is meant by karyotyping? That is chromosomal mapping, karyotyping. Now, how does it analyze the help of diagnosis of chromosomal aberration, chromosomal problem like thalassemia, sickle cell anemia, right? All those things, hemophilia, color blindness, the biological part of it. Then again, define urbanization, discuss the impact on family in India. Even you can see paper 1, theory part, they are mixing with Indian example. Then you can see discuss the contemporary challenge in fieldwork method, fieldwork, research methodology in anthropology, fieldwork. So method in anthropological research. I have already mentioned that challenge is what? The biasness, then whether that tribal society will accept you as an anthropologist. So all those challenges are there. This is what is asking there. So this way you have paper 1. See here, another thing. See here, another, we have discussed that. Critically discuss the characteristics of the psychological types in the cultures of American Southwest. You remember the Juni? I've discussed this question. मैंने ये बताया क्लास में. You can easily write answer. American Southwest as observed by Ruth Benedict. Can you tell me that? I have discussed the pattern of cultures. Juni tribe. You remember that? I have discussed that, no? Apollonian, Dysonian, paranoid. Do you remember that? In the classroom, I have made a flow chart. There is psychological type of the culture. So that is what is here. Then see here, tradition of Indian Paleolithic. This is archaeological anthropology. Then genetic counseling. And question of 5 is again section B. First question 5 is compulsory here. See chronometric dating, cultural relevance of the Kula. See here, cultural relevance of the Kula. We have discussed in the classroom. Where Kula comes, you know that. We have discussed so many times. Where Kula thing is there, what we have covered in the classroom. Kula ring system.
The Kula ring exchange programs.
That proviants, no? Who is the person there? Marinovsky.
Bronislaw Malinowski.
Right, Bronislaw Malinowski. That same thing, short question. Short question is that. Heritability and its estimation, that we will study in that. Authority and forms of political organization, this also I have talked in the classroom. If you remember that I have taught in the classroom political organization. Head, headless. Remember that? Authority and forms of political organization. Now this is the biological one, single gene mutation disorder in man. Like hemophilia and all this. These are compulsory questions. And then see now, biological anthropology, evolutionary anthropology, geographical distribution, Homo erectus and all. We'll cover that one, don't worry. I'm going to discuss all this one. Then again see here, application of forensic anthropology is a suitable example. DNA fingerprint of the fossil and all this. Now you see here, this we have discussed. Levi-Strauss. He studied a society called Simician, myth of Asdewall. Critically discussed Levi-Strauss theory of, see here, Levi-Strauss theory of structuralism in the light of his study of mythology. Last class, what I discussed. See, that's what, if you have learned a topic, writing answer will not be difficult. Structuralism, we have covered structuralism. What we have covered in the classroom? Binary opposition. कल बताया था ना, लास्ट क्लास हम लोग पढ़े हैं ना ये क्लास में. Levi-Strauss. So here, this you'll find. See here, deconstruction in light of postmodern. Now we will be discussing that postmodern theory. We'll cover in the classroom. Multifactorial trait. See here, all this, right? Even see here, if you are coming from bio background, it's much easier. ABO and RH blood group. ABO blood group. A, B, O, AB. RH, rhesus. Positive and negative. Same thing, see. Describe the genetics and inheritance patterns of the ABO and RH blood group in man. It happens through what? RBC. Antigen, antigen on the RBC.
So antigen and
that what determine that. These are very simple topics, right? Then you see, critically discuss the synergistic effect of biological and cultural factors in human evolution. Right, human evolution, how these factors comes into play. Biological and cultural. What I want to say, I have started with one area of the anthropology, but there are many other things we have to cover in the classroom. Why I am taking the weekdays class? So the reason is that we have to cover many topics and we are on the track. See, I am on the track, but yes, there are topics which we need to again go into more detail, right? We have to cover socio-cultural anthropology, family, kinship, marriage, all those things I have gone into very detailed part. Research, our next topic will be after completing thinkers. I will be going to research methodology. And then Very, very important one. Biological anthropology. Start with biological anthropology, right? Any question? Sadia has written regarding the WBCS exam that is it compulsory to have one paper in Bengali in mains exam? Yes, you have. I think that is they have made compulsory. But Bengali, and it has also given that part of Nepali also there. In WBCS, one can take Nepali also there. Nepali, Bengali, then one more language it is said. There's in Bengal there. Nepali is, Nepali is spoken in North Bengal. If you go to Siliguri, Jalpaiguri, Darjeeling, there are a lot of Nepali population in there. So they have a Nepali language also. So I think you have to check it out but I think Bengali is one of the required language. Why every state PCS have the language paper, regional language? Let's say OPSC, OS exam. You have to have Odia language. Why it is required Odia language there?
Sir, I mean,
Yes,
government offices, we have Odia, everything to be
correct,
drafted in Odia language.
correct. And you will have all the files written in Odia. Files will be three languages: Odia, Hindi, and English. The three languages will be there. That means sometimes you have to write or draft, let's say Chief Minister's office, CM office, or some department. They will ask you to write draft it, sometime thing in Odia language. Same with Bengali. In Bengali also you have to write it down. That's what every state level you require the state language. And that language is compulsory. It makes it compulsory. Compulsory, what is called compulsory means qualifying. What is qualifying? You have to pass in that language. Just like in UPSC, you have Indian language and English where you have to qualify. That means if you don't pass in those two papers, then your GS and optional papers will not be evaluated. Same with state PCS, OS and WBCS. If you don't qualify that language paper, your GS answers, GS papers, essay, optional will not be evaluated. That means you have to pass there. And I'll tell you that even the student fail in Odia also. Right? You will be surprised to know. Even they fail in Odia also. Right? They have to, they don't do, they are not able to qualify. But it's a very minimum marks, 25%, 30% marks there. You know why it happens so? Tell me why. Because many times Odia students would not have stayed in Odisha. Their parents may be in Delhi, Mumbai, or let's say some other states there. And see, only the Odia is in family, because in family you talk in your own mother tongue and something of that. Let's say a boy or girl who has been, brought up, let's say in Delhi. In Delhi, there are a lot of Odia people are there here. There is society also, Odia society is there. A lot of people work here. But now the child is born in Delhi. Suppose the child is born in Delhi and then brought up in Delhi schools and all, the schools, college. The child will know Odia language talking. Like the child will be able to talk to the parents, because right from beginning in the family there's a Odia language conversation goes on. But child may lack writing part, will not be able to write, will be able to understand and all those things. But those type of children face problem in the this qualifying language paper. Shubham.
Yes,
Shubham.
sir. Even for me, this is something
Um,
like I know
right.
because my language was Odia till 8 and
Yes.
Hindi and Sanskrit continuous from till 10.
Correct.
So
Correct.
Odia writing practice has somehow been a
Yes,
distance for me.
yes. No, you have to practice writing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is very, very important. But Shubham also there. You and those of you, not only yourself, but there are others also who have not done the practice after 10th standard. Maybe after 10th standard or 12th standard, you would not have written Odia. Or even the students from Bengal, they would not have
Yes,
covered Bengali there, right? And
sir,
then,
I have studied only 2 years Bengali.
yeah, that's what
I,
you
yes,
have to start writing practice of Bengali. And I'll tell you, very good thing, what you do. start reading newspaper, right? Bengali newspaper, same Odia newspaper. I think in home you get the local language newspaper or not? आता है कि नहीं आता है घर में? You get the local?
Yes, sir. आता है.
हाँ तो पढ़ना है. At least read the headlines there. Read some of the first page, you read it. In the morning when you get the newspaper in Odia or in newspaper in Bengali, first read the first page. See, when you read, your language automatically develops with the reading habit, because you will be able to form the sentence. Okay, this is how the grammatically correct sentence is there. These are the words which you have to write in the comes there. And then every literature has the grammar book. In the market you will find for Bengali there will be just like Vyakaran. What is called Vyakaran? In Hindi there is something called
Yes,
Vyakaran.
yes, sir.
Same will be find in Bengali also. That where you will have this one, what is called antonym, synonym, sentence, proverb, all those things will be written. Same in Odia also you'll find it. I purchased,
Sir,
yes.
Sir, in exam, we have means most part comprises will be of grammar part, whether in English, Hindi, or main language paper.
No, but see, other things you can write in English there. No, GS and other things all in English only. Only one, that qualifying paper, that you have to write in Bengali. So there they will write. See what happens. They ask three things. You'll find a common pattern is there. When you say qualifying language paper, so what you'll find in qualifying language paper, whichever language you take, what they ask, I'll tell you that. What are the common components I'm writing here? First, they will ask you to write short essays. In UPSC also, essay, nibandh, they give you topic. You have to write in 700 words, 800 words. So that you have to write in 800 to 1000 words. Then in the qualifying paper, you'll find another thing in every state level, every state PCS, OPSC, OAS, WPCS, UP, BP, whatever you take, all the state levels, right? Second thing will be this one. This is letter writing. School level, when you know letter writing letter, right? That will be one part of it. Then there will be another thing, this one. They'll give you this one, precise writing. You know precise writing? You all know precise writing? What is precise writing? वो एक
Summary of a large passage.
लार्ज पैसेज विल बी गिवन टू यू. वो बड़ा सा आपको एक पेज का पढ़ने को दे देंगे, बंगाली में लिखा रहेगा या उड़िया में लिखा रहेगा, और उसको टाइटल देके आपको टाइटल देके समरी करना है. सेम इन यूपीएससी ऑल्सो. इन हिंदी दे गिव यू दैट टू राइट अ प्रेसी. फिर एक आता है ट्रांसलेशन का. यू विल हैव दिस वन, ट्रांसलेशन, लाइक फॉर ओडिया टू इंग्लिश, English to Odia, Bengali to English, English to Bengali. They'll give you small passages. Translate, ये common होता है, ये सब you'll find common there. Passage will be there, which you have to translate. So one first will be question to translate from English to Bengali or English to Odia, and second will be Odia will be given and ask you to translate in English. Bengali will be given, you will be asked to translate in English. Then you have this one, sentence making. So what they will do, they give the words will be given. जैसे स्कूल में होता है ना, वर्ड देते हैं ना, और आपको सेंटेंस बनाना पड़ता है ना, तो वो दे देंगे, सेंटेंस वर्ड दे देंगे. Right? For example, let's say you get the word culture. So form a sentence on the culture. I belong to a culture of so and so. Some sentence. In the language also, Odia language or Bengali language, whatever language is there, you have to write in Hindi and all this. वो करना पड़ेगा. फिर यहाँ पर आता है ये चीज, there's a antonym and synonym. You know that? What is this? One is a वो क्या बोलते हैं उल्टा, opposite.
Opposite and same words.
Opposite word and similar word.
हाँ, similar words there. In हिंदी में से पर्यायवाची शब्द, that is a synonym. और एंटोनिम क्या होता है? उल्टा जो होता है, अपोजिट वर्ड देना होता है. और एक होता है दिस मुहावरा.
Vilom.
हाँ, विलोम, हाँ लो, करेक्ट, विलोम. विलोम and then you'll have this proverb. Muhavras and all. Muhavra, muhavra. नाच ना आए आंगन टेढ़ा. Born with silver spoon in mouth. Burning candle in the night. This type of phrase will be there, and you will be asked to write the meaning, right? This meaning of this one. Meaning, and also you have to make sentence. Sentence formation. First, you have to write meaning. What is that meaning? And then you have to write a sentence with that meaning. Right? Let's say, for example, suppose in English I'm telling, born with silver spoon in mouth. What does that mean? What is the meaning of this? Born with silver spoon?
Having a favorable position in inheritance only, getting special opportunities.
Special opportunity. You know the meaning, you will write the meaning. Now form a sentence. Then you have to make a sentence with this born with silver spoon. Right? So like you can write like this, that he, or whatever name you can give, right, belongs to family of something. You can write business or industrialist. So something you have to form a sentence, proper sentence. These are common thing. This will find common thing in the language paper. There will be even some of the thing, reading comprehension can also given. They'll give you comprehension passage, and then there will be some questions. This is what generally language paper contains. When you take language paper, they will give you all these components there. But again, it's a qualifying. Remember that. You only just pass. You just pass in that paper, right? Qualify in that paper. Now about anthropological thinkers, I have said that there are questions there which you need to. So now, I'm coming to that part. I think Ashmita asked the question, books and something. How to start with that? Which books to follow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I was just like asking in the syllabus, like the topic units are mentioned. So, like which book should we follow unit wise?
Okay. Yeah. So see what you have to do. Like one I am following in my classroom. I have started with all those classes, socio-culture and all this. And I will request you all that please, you should have like Ember and Ember. Remember that Ember and Ember, not all chapters you have to read. In respective topics, I've been telling you the chapter name which you have to follow. But I would ask you, so to start with, right, for anthropology optional, right, I'll show you the books also there. First is this one. I've kept with myself. These are very simple books. So you have to begin with this one. First book is this one. That is General Anthropology, Nadim Hassan. General Anthropology. See, that's what, if you look at Ember and Ember, I have only mentioned those chapters which have been mentioned there. But Ember is important. But first to start with this, Nadim Hassan. Right? This is the book here. This is a revised edition. That is a Hasnan. It is available there. It is a you'll easily find this book. I don't know how many of you have bought this book. It's a very simple and comprehensive book, which gives you the idea of the subject, general anthropology. I mentioned once in the classroom also there.
Yes,
ठीक?
sir, it contain all topics.
No, it is a to give you idea about, yes, it covers the subject there, paper one thing, but not in a detailed manner. See, it is a very comprehensive book. It doesn't have that detailed aspect, but yes, it covers the some of the aspect. Now this is one book. Now see here. Another one is this book. Naresh Kumar Ved, N.K. Ved. This is again very comprehensive book. Social Cultural Anthropology. I write here. In Search of Ourselves. This is the book, An Introduction to Social Cultural, an introduction to, it covers both paper one, paper two also. Indian anthropology is also covered there. Anthropology. This by N.K. Ved. Neeraj Kumar Ved. That is this book is there. This is what you'll find. Palak Prakasham. Very simple, thin book. Social culture, both paper one, paper two, it gets covered. This book is there. Then Ember and Ember comes. This book you already have, right? Anthropology there, black cover. Carol and Melvin Ember, right? So this book here, you all have got this book, 15th edition, Ember and Ember. ये सबके पास है ना ये बुक? This book you have? Yes or no? I think you should have this. So I'm looking at the comment box. So this book is another one. So see, this what I feel. See, there are guidebooks also there. I'll tell you, there are some guidebooks also there, and those guidebooks. I'll tell you one thing here. Those guidebooks are there. See, guidebooks. Generally, what happens even by the toppers, like Akshat Jain. You know about Akshat Jain? He's a topper. He has a book on anthropology, but Akshat Jain's book on anthropology will be only useful once you know the subject, right? Once you have this one. Then for Indian anthropology, I will also suggest one book is that which you can follow that. This one. For paper 2 is a very good book. The Tribal Culture of India. LP Vidyarthi. Anthropology is only, I'll write here. So this is a the Tribal Culture of India. These all are reference book. That is a LP Vidyarthi. And you have another person called Binay Kumar Rai. Binay Kumar Rai. Right, this book what you have. Although, see, don't worry, that's what I initially said. Don't go for many books in the beginning. See, when I'll come to biological anthropology, there's a book called P. Nath, right? Physical anthropology. Let me write for this. I think this somebody read this one is more than sufficient. Then comes a guidebook, like guidebook which I said Akshat Jain or Bhasme, there's book, Unique Publication has got a book. So those guidebooks help you in answer writing part of it. Summary and revision, right? That helps you that time there. But to begin with, see, initially these books are helpful. And then I said that you need to have one question bank, topic-wise question bank, this one, new Vishal, right? Either you have unsolved one or you can have solved also there. But one is the unsolved, which I have got unsolved one. So here, this one, main paper here, solved question paper. Unsolved, I have got a unsolved one. This is topic wise given. And also year wise. You have a compilation. That is a new Vishal. See, don't worry, books and all, you don't have to worry. That I will be telling you that. See, that's what, whatever I'm teaching in the classroom. See, what is the first thing here? When a teacher teach a subject in the classroom and the flow of the topic to build a foundation, to build a grasp over the subject, that you have to do. Now for Pnath, I'll tell you, you don't have to buy the Pnath. Whatever I will give you as a, that will be sufficient. Pnath बहुत मोटी किताब है, उतना मोटा किताब नहीं चाहिए. Just for reference, I have given there. Ember and Ember, only those chapters which I am mentioning, you have to follow that chapter only, right? So that will be sufficient for you to go ahead with the subject there, right? Now, see, initially I never suggest anybody to start first with Ember and Ember, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 of Ember and Ember. If you start with that, you are lost. फिर वो समझ में नहीं आता है, ठीक है. और ये चीज़ है ना कि बहुत लोग क्या सोचते हैं कि अरे मेरा तो बायो बैकग्राउंड है तो मेरा एंथ्रोपोलॉजी हो जाएगा ऐसे पढ़ने बदले. ऐसा नहीं है. You still need some kind of guidance. There a biological part is there, and I told you that geographical, biological, historical, archaeological, socio-economical, cultural, everything will come in anthropology. Everything, modern times, impact on society, everything is a very that's what I'm saying, is a very, very interesting subject which gives you the flavor taste of everything. तो अभी उतना टेंशन नहीं लेना, ये कुछ है, आप यहां से स्टार्ट करो. पहला जो है जनरल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, स्टार्ट फ्रॉम वेरी सिंपल एस्पेक्ट, देन गो टू एडवांस लेवल. नाउ इफ यू सी इन एंथ्रोपोलॉजिकल थिंकर्स, आई हैव बीन गिविंग यू सो मच ऑफ कंटेंट, so much of new concepts, because I have got library of books. There's another room full of books of anthropology. I have all the coaching institutes notes, right? IGNU and all, everything is I have got, right? When you go to South Hyderabad, many people take anthropology. So there, whatever the notes, I have got everything there. But I don't want you to buy all those kind of things, because otherwise you will get confused and perplexed, exhausted. और कई बार क्या होता है, डर लग जाता है ना, अरे बाप रे इतना पढ़ना है. ठीक है, तो I want to make you comfortable. Start from a very basic level, and again see here, why I have not asked you in the beginning to buy many books. I have asked you these two books, first and second, to buy, Ember and this Nadim Hasanan, right? The other things I am providing the in the institute you will get that printed booklet, and you will be getting the paper 1, paper 2. What I am doing here, I am taking your class. The remaining time I am preparing the content. You will be getting two books, paper 1, paper 2, as a material, reading materials, which I will provide you, and that will printed book form. The same thing has been given for other subject. I think other subject also been given, PSI and all this. right? Is it given there, the students? Have they got this kind of material? Sociology, PSR and all? Your
Sir,
friends?
political, sir, for political science they give.
What about sociology? Is not there? Sociology and all this? Anyway, but you will get from them. These are, Acha, now tell me, this I have given you the idea of the question paper and all those things. Because this is what I wanted. First, you should know the examination and what is the PY part of there. I will be coming to that the model answers and all, because I think Sasmita asked me that model answers questions, whatever the questions I am giving you as a homework and the model answers, I'll provide you that. You will be getting that one. Another thing I want to ask, I want one-to-one mentorship with all of you. But I know that 11 o'clock your class get over, so you are hungry also there, right? तो मुझे आप है ना, what you can do is that I can take a mentorship. One is a individual mentorship, second is a group mentorship. Group mentorship is this only: what to read, what to not to read, how to start with the subject, chapters, and chapter wise. See, the chapter wise, which chapter you have to start. So that is in my teaching plan. Have you got my teaching plan that which I've given? You have my teaching plan? No?
No, sir, I don't.
So what I'll do, I'll share
No,
the Telegram channel.
So you had sent earlier by when you started this optional
That
at
time,
that time.
that same document. So you have to
I
follow
think
the
month
same
of
order.
September PDF you had sent, sir. After that, I don't think we have
This
it.
is September I have sent, no? So what I'll do, I'll send you paper 1, paper 2. So you have to follow the same pattern, same topic wise. You have to follow the same way, right? That I'll share in today's, after the class, you'll get in Telegram group. So you have to follow the same unit wise topics which I've given there. You have to follow in the same manner, paper 1, paper 2, right? So that is one, in the beginning, you have to always go along with that. That I'll share with that. Okay? But again, I'm telling you that whichever topic I have started, right, social culture, anthropology, just try to read, at least get the book. Like I've given here mention this one, In Search of Ourselves. So and you all have got, and this Ember and Ember, I'll tell you what to do with Ember and Ember. So this is the kind of mentorship only. I'm taking group mentorship right now. See, in Ember Ember, all of you have got Ember Ember. How you can go through this? I'll just give you the idea here. So in Ember and Ember, I'll give you a way out how you can, and based on whatever we have covered in the class, so how you can, what should be your approach? Because you all have got this book. So individual mentorship, I'll have that, where your doubt clearance, problem, what individually you are facing a problem, right? How to resolve those kind of issues and problem. That I'll do that. See, in here, what you have to do in Ember and Ember, it is a very good book, and every topper, every topper, you'll find the name of the Ember and Ember book is given. Now, what is here? See here, I'll give you a way out how to go ahead with that. You can synchronize with the classroom teaching, whatever the classroom I've been covering. That is, so what you do here, first thing is approach here is that is a follow chapters as per class topics plan. This planner I will send you in Telegram. So whatever I have given as a planner, you have to follow the chapters of Ember Ember according to that. Right? Now what you do here? So here, if we take here, the total 26 chapters are there. Now, what should be the order sequence? So, like after anthropology thinkers, I will be teaching you research methodology, right? Fieldwork, theoretical, statistical, sampling, all this will come in the research methodology in the part of it. In Ember and Ember, chapter 2 is research methodology. And I think it is more than sufficient. You don't have to follow any other textbook for research methodology. So here, if you look at here, so I'll give you the order here. So what is the correct order here? See, every book initially will have what? Some kind of a beginning of chapters. So here, what is anthropology? You read chapter 1, right? You here, what you do here? Start, right? First. Now you can read because now you know what is anthropology. Chapter 1 and chapter 2. And chapter 2 is what? Chapter 2 is research methodology. So here that what is chapter 1? What is anthropology? Now you can easily finish this one because you know what is you know the subject. And what is chapter 2? Research methodology. Why I'm asking you to read this one? Because after anthropology thinkers, now we are almost to the end part of anthropology thinkers. So we are going to start with this one. Research methodology. Right? Then whatever I have covered, then what you have to do, see, after research methodology, I'm going to start physical anthropology, biological anthropology. So in Ember and Ember, after second chapter, you have genetics and evolution, chapter number 3. Right? So what you can do for time being, all my recorded lectures are there. You have the notes with you. So there you have this one. I have taught here this one that is called culture and culture change, culture and the individual, right? Getting food, economic systems, social stratification, class, ethnicity, racism, sex and gender, marriage and the family, marital residence and kinship, association and interest. This political life, social order and disorder, religion and magic. So this I've already done there. So what is now here? First 2 chapters are introduction, the introductory in nature, right? Now whatever I've taught, that you can follow from there, or else what I will suggest all of you, now you start Ember with my classes. Suppose if you have not read those chapters which I have given you that earlier in the classroom, family and kinship, marriage, sex and gender, religion and magic, whatever you have done there. So what you can do now, that start fresh with this after anthropological thinkers. I will be going to research methodology. After that, I will be going to genetics, biological anthropology. So now with the class, go with the Ember and Ember. And after biological anthropology comes the social cultural anthropology, which you have already covered. समझ में आ रहा है? सोशियो कल्चर एंथ्रोपोलॉजी यू हैव कवर्ड इन द क्लास. तो अभी आप क्या कर सकते हो, फॉर टाइम बिंग के लिए उसको अभी आप छोड़ दो आप एम्बर से. अगर आपने पढ़ा है तो वेल एंड गुड, अगर आपने नहीं पढ़ा है तो उसको आप थोड़ा दिन के लिए साइड कर दो आप. राइट. सो नाउ व्हाट यू कैन डू हियर, चैप्टर 3 जेनेटिक्स एंड इवोल्यूशन, चैप्टर 4 ह्यूमन वेरिएशन एडाप्टेशन, चैप्टर 5 primates past and present, chapter 6 the first hominins, chapter 7 origin of culture and emergence of homo, then chapter 8 emergence of homo sapiens, then comes historical upper paleolithic world, then origin of food production and settled life, origins of cities and states, then comes culture sin. So now up to here, chapter number 3 to 11, this what we are going to cover in the classroom. So what is now your approach here? Now your approach is that chapter number 3. So now what do? You just follow one book with the class. So now here, then start with this one, physical, biological anthropology. Right, right, with this one, chapter 3 to, it goes up to chapter 11. 11 is there, but first you start with this one, up to chapter number 3 to this one, 8, up to where the Homo sapiens emerged. That is your evolutionary aspect, genetics, biological evolution, till the emergence of Homo sapiens. After that comes cultural. Now what you have to do? Every chapter, what you can do, let's say for example, when you go to genetics and evolution, let's say, when I'll come to that. So what it does here, you have this one in the box, like, it's a very simple book. I'm telling you, very interesting book to read. Even if you read the first chapter, what is anthropology, you will love it, reading the chapter there. It has given some kind of a definition also, like, human variation. You have a right side, you have a definition, terms. So what you can do here is that you can you'll find left and right. So what you have to do is this one. Fourth, make your own notes on terminology. Mentioned in respective chapter. So when you are reading a chapter of Ember and Ember, so what you do is that in that chapter, the terminology given, like I'll give you example. When you read first chapter, you'll find a given term like primate. Right side you have a definition, primate. Like given here, a member of the mammalian order primates divided into two suborders of prosimians and anthropods. Then archaeology, you have a definition, prehistory. So what it does in the paragraph, whatever the key terms comes, on the right hand side, it gives the definition. And second thing which you should make, I have mentioned earlier in the classroom, case studies. The box are there. Examples, case studies. Mentioned in boxes. Right, you will have a particular society, tribe, will mention that. Right. एक काम करना है, सबके पास ये बुक है, तो अब मैं क्या करूंगा, नाउ आई विल बी स्टार्टिंग those chapters of Ember and Ember. So you have to sit with the book in the classroom. So I will be covering those things and highlighting the case studies. This is the page number, this is the thing. सबके पास है ना? All of you have got that?
Yes, sir.
Right. Sasmita is saying that I'm not getting the syllabus of Anthro UPSC. Then, Sasmita, what do you want to ask? You want the PDF of the syllabus, or you are not able to understand the syllabus of UPSC?
So please provide PDF for that because I am getting problems. So I informed management about it. So they told me they will provide.
PDF of the
Not
book?
till now. No, no, sir. Syllabus, actual syllabus.
That I'll provide you. That's not a problem there. No, Sasmita is also asking there. Sasmita, can you unmute yourself? All anthropological thinkers, there are books are there. If you search, I think one book is by Venkat Mohan, where he is asking any specific book of all anthropological thinkers. So there's a book written by Venkat Mohan. That is from Oak Bridge publication. That you can get there. See, Sasmita, can you unmute yourself? She has written
Yes, sir.
one. Yeah. Tell me where you have a doubt. I can solve that.
Sir, actually, I'm not getting the UPSC anthropology syllabus.
Acha, UPSC syllabus. See, in UPSC syllabus, what I covered in the classroom, that right now you will not be able to understand it because that is given in one order there. That's what said.
Okay, sir.
That planner which I am giving, that you can follow that. Let me do one thing here. I'll send you right now only that planner. I'll just open the Telegram channel. Just 1 second. From my laptop, I'm sending there. Because that planner I have prepared according to the syllabus, paper 1, paper 2, and that is a more better way to understand rather than part of. So what I've done that UPSC syllabus and OS exam, even OPSC syllabus, I divided according to that one. So let me just tell you that. Just 1 second. I'll send it right now. Long way back, I have given there, but let me again resend it. There I have given all paper 1, paper 2 that you will find here. Just go to the Telegram channel. I'm putting across there. So for right now, since you are starting, I've started now is a new to, because every optional subject first time becomes new. So this is how I have given that way you have to go ahead with that. File. Just 1 second. Where the file has gone? Just 1 second. Got it. OS exam again, you will get the same mention there. Just see there. Just go to the Telegram channel. Have you got this one? Anthropology syllabus? Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Huh? You can open that. Just open that. All of you have got that. Just open that syllabus.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Just
sir.
open that. Just open that. So this is what I have given here. Paper 1. See here. If you can go through that, paper 1, theoretical and biological anthropology. Right? Meaning, scope, development of anthropology. And I've given the sub point also there. Evolution, characteristics of culture and society. This is what we have covered in the classroom. The initial part I have shared in the month of September. October month I have not shared, but now you have a complete one. Then you can see this one, concept and feature of culture, enculturation, acculturation, culture relativism versus ethnocentrism. This all we have covered. I think this I have covered in 3rd class. If you can look at here. Then marriage, family and kinship. Then economic and political organization, religion. Then I have given anthropological thoughts. We are right now covering this one. Now after this, I'll go to point number 7. Can you see point number 7? Research methods. Right? Can you all see that? Research methods. 7
Yeah.
number. After anthropological thought, I'm going to cover the research methods. Then point number 8, human evolution and biological anthropology. I am following the same sequence here. Then human genetics and variations. 10th is race and ethnicity. 11 is ecology and adaptation. 12 is application of anthropology. Right. Within that you have all subtopics. Right. Darwinism, pre-Darwinism, post-Darwinism, all this will come. Lamarckism, genetic disorders, all this will come into that. Then paper 2, you can see paper 2, Indian anthropology. Can you just go to the paper 2 there, Indian anthropology? First point number 1 is the evolution of Indian culture and civilization. And we are going to cover Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic culture. Indus Valley civilization, you have seen the
Topic from ancient history.
yeah, and you can see that in UPSC question and OS exam, Harappa civilization was asked. So that is part Indus Valley civilization, megalithic culture, Iron Age, early state formation, ethno-archaeology in India, concept and scope, relevance in interpreting material culture, case studies from Indian tribes, demographic profile of India. You know that UPSC has asked the question demographic. So you have this one, racial linguistic element in India, classification of Indian population, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, all those things. Indian society and religion, caste system, origin feature changes, Varna system, Jati distinction, then tribe caste continuum, impact of religion, Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, all this. And there is UPSC question also asked there, direct question. Then process of Sanskritization, that is the impact of westernization, modernization on Indian society. Then tribes in India, definition, features, classification, geographical, ecological distribution, tribal movement. You see that, if you remember that UPSC has asked the question Birsa Munda. Do you remember that? I have just gone through that question paper, Birsa Munda, rebellion there. So here tribal movements and rebellions. You have read in history also there. Then constitutional provision, 6th schedule, 5th schedule, right? Panchayati Raj extension, the PESA Act. Then tribal problem and development. Again, all these questions are coming in the exam. Displacement, rehabilitation and land alienation, health, nutrition, education, employment. Then government program, TSP, FRA and all this. Tribal, sub-component schemes are there. Then FRA, then role of NGO and SHG. Impact of modernization, development programs and role of anthropology, Indian village studies there is also question asked every year. And then contribution of Indian anthropologists, D.R. Majumdar, S.C. Roy, N.K. Bose, right, Vernon Elvin, This Indian anthropology little bit I have covered in the previous class. I think classroom number 2. If you go to classroom 2 and 3, I have covered the Indian anthropologists also. So you have to follow this one. Okay? I am going towards I'm going through the same pattern. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Susmita. So UPSC
Yes, sir.
syllabus, I have given this paper 1, paper 2. You have to follow the same order. Now, see, now after thinkers, we'll be starting with this one, research methodology. This topic will come, research methodology there, right? Then biological anthropology, this will come. So now onward, you can follow the number and number continuously. From there, that will be really helpful. See, society, culture, these are all new to everyone because they're part. But now, particularly, is difficult for whom? Who are coming from bio background. From the bio background, people they're not very comfortable with the sociological aspect, right? Cultural aspect. But those who come from humanities, that is a sociology and all those background, they are very comfortable with that area of anthropology. But like let's say those students who come from bio background, botany, zoology, and all this, so they become very comfortable in this one, biological anthropology. You'll be able to understand a lot of things there. And then we'll come to archaeological or historical anthropology and all this. So again, depending on the academic background, you have that kind of interconnection there, right? Okay. Venkat Mohan, Anvis is asking Venkat Mohan, Oak Bridge Publication, Anthropological Thinkers. If you want to read Thinkers, Venkat Mohan, that's the name of the author. If you search Venkat Mohan, Anthropology Thinkers, Venkat Mohan, MOHAN. ठीक है, यहाँ तक clear है? Now tell me what to do in the next class. You want a one-to-one mentorship, or I should complete that anthropological thinkers? One to see general mentorship I've been doing today also. You consider this is a kind of mentorship only there, group mentorship that I've covered. Now coming to one by one mentorship, I can schedule with each one of you personally. I can talk to them. Okay? Is it clear there, everyone? So it's better like next class we can complete the remaining thinkers. Is it okay there?
Yes.
Yes, sir. After finishing the thinkers, we can do the second.
Yeah. Let us complete the thinkers first, the remaining part. And one-to-one mentorship I can schedule with each one of you by sending you the message when you are free. Right? I have your numbers. So accordingly, I can schedule one-to-one mentorship. I can talk to each one of you. Okay? Clear? So we'll end up here. You can all go for your lunch. Right? And then, so tomorrow's class, I will let you know. Or what we can do, tomorrow we can take a one-to-one mentorship. I can have a schedule with all of you. And Saturday we can go for anthropological thinkers and complete the thinkers. Hello? Is it clear here? And again, Saturday, are you prepared? I've given you a topic to read. Writing answer. Are you prepared with the topic? Family and kinship from the class notes. Yes or no?
So we'll get
No, Saturday I said, no, after the class, I'll ask you to write answer. I'll give you a question, you have to write the answer within the class.
So Saturday, I have class just on a GS subject. So if
No,
possible, then I will. If
for you,
possible, then if you will take class on Monday, then I will prepare for that.
yeah, no, it's
Before
okay. No, for you, it's all right. I can understand because you have a weekend batch. So for you, that is okay. But for others, are you all ready on Saturday to write one answer in the class, like at the end of the class? After I complete the thinkers, then you have to write it.
Yes, sir. Getting ready, sir.
No, but see, this way you will be under pressure. You will go back and read the class notes. You will go back and read those materials. Okay, I have taught this family and relationship, kinship and all things. You'll go and revise there. So that, and it will be a good practice. See, don't worry, first time you will not be able to write good answer. I understand that. But weekly, at least we try to write one answer in the class. That is a very good start, right? And you will feel confident. I'll tell you that. You will enjoy it and you will feel confident that now I understand the subject very well. I have a hold over the subject, right? That confidence will come inside all of you. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So go back to family, kinship and all this. Whatever I've taught, just revise that. You have recorded videos also, so you can watch the recorded videos also. ठीक है? So let's tomorrow's class I will see how to go across with it, because I want to first talk to each one of you at a personal level, understand your mind. Then accordingly I will tailor my classes. Ki what way I have to go ahead with the classes, right? So what I'll do tomorrow, I won't take the anthropological thinkers. Tomorrow I will have one-to-one discussion. Maybe I can simply talk on the phone also there. Are you all comfortable if I call you and then talk to you?
Yes, sir.
Right? So it's better I can call you and talk to you. So what will happen there? I will have a one-to-one talk with all of you. Right? And try to get the things there. ठीक है? तो ये मैं कल कर लेता हूँ क्योंकि ये बहुत जरूरी है. Then on Saturday we'll complete the thinkers, and then after that Sunday we'll start with research methodology. That topic there. ठीक है? And now onward, which book you have to keep with yourself during the class? This one. Every class I'll tell you the topic and the pages. So now you start following this book with the class. ठीक है? Clear? And we feel motivated. I know that you are having GS batch and a lot of your personal thing, your family thing, but feel motivated. And I'm telling you that this subject is very easy. Initially, you might feel some concept difficult, but later on, you will love it, love to read it, right? So initially, I'm trying to do hand holding with all of you. है ना? वो होता है ना, बच्चे जो होते हैं उनको पहले क्या होता है, उंगली पकड़ के चलना सिखाना होता है. तो अभी आप लोग चलना, अभी क्या है, उंगली पकड़ के आप लोग खड़ा होना सीख रहे हो. अंडरस्टैंड दैट? आप लोग खड़ा होना सीख रहे हो. फिर उसके बाद क्या होता है, चलना सीखना. और उसके बाद भी बच्चा क्या करता है, क्या करता है सादिया? पहला होता है खड़ा होना,
Crawl.
चलना, फिर उसके
Crawl.
बाद क्रॉलिंग, और फिर दौड़ता है, बच्चा दौड़ता है. ठीक है? तो अभी आप लोग खड़ा होना सीख रहे हो. यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? यू आर लर्निंग टू स्टैंड अप एज अ चाइल्ड, as a beginner of the subject. Then you will learn to walk with the subject. This answer writing and all this, what I'm trying to do it. And once you have done it, second, third reading, you will run with the topics, right? That will be the part. ठीक है? Clear? All right?
Sir, I had a doubt regarding today's
हाँ
session.
हाँ.
Sir, while writing answer, do we have to complete part A questions first and then go to part B?
No, no, no,
Sir,
no.
because writing exam में sir कभी कभी in the pressure of the moment we will not know कि आगे वाला question sir आता है कि नहीं आता है. Sir, what suppose मैं part A में 2 questions करके part B में तीसरा question attempt करने के लिए गया. But sir तब मेरे को realize हुआ कि part A का एक question था जो मुझे ज़्यादा better आता था. So sir, can I after writing part B question also write part A question and then
Yeah,
again
yeah.
move forward, sir, like that?
Correct, correct. You can do that. You can do that. See, what is the thing here? You have already a printed booklet given. वो printed booklet रहता है. वो आप अपने अकॉर्डिंग से लिख सकते हो. दैट मीन्स आपको सी यू विल बी हैविंग क्वेश्चन पेपर. तो फ्रॉम क्वेश्चन पेपर, no, just a second. From the question paper, you'll be able to understand the part of the question. So you can jumble up. You can go to part B. Even you have already printed with the space. In the booklet, you have printed question with the space. So you can take any of the question and you can write and you can go to any other question. So that liberty you have. That you can do. उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
That means numbering we have to do properly, right?
नहीं, वो printed है ना.
Like,
No. In the answer booklet is already printed with number, everything is already
oh,
given.
okay, sir.
Booklet, you'll have a
Because
question.
sir, in GS, all questions are compulsory, I think. In optional, we are getting options. So,
Correct,
sir,
correct.
will all the option questions also have the blank spaces, and we can choose which question to write according to that?
Yeah. Yes. It's all there in the printed. Only that those questions which you are not attempting, you strike it out. There's only thing there. Correct?
Okay, sir. So all the omitted questions you have to
Ah,
strike out. Then
yeah,
they
you
will
have
see
to.
the sequential order of
Correct.
attention of question.
Yeah, sequential order. That's what you have to do. That you have to only
Okay,
strike
sir.
out the
Understood.
part. So you have a option. You have a freedom. You have a freedom to select the correct question which you want to attempt, and accordingly you can make changes. Because you know that you have the choice. Like, there's no problem. There's no problem with respect to the selection of the answers. Right? Shubham, you got the point? You can jumble up. There's no problem.
Yes, sir. Understood.
हाँ, आप जंबल कर सकते हो, उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. आप क्योंकि वो बुकलेट प्रिंटेड फॉर्म में होता है, जैसे जीएस का होता है ना, सारा कंपलसरी होता है, वो आपको लिखना होता है वहां पर. तो यहाँ पे आपको गए तो आप कर सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. क्वेश्चन कम बुकलेट होगा. देयर विल बी प्रिंटेड क्वेश्चन कम बुकलेट which you submit, and then you have a question paper. One will be question paper and second will be question come booklet. So in the booklet, all the 8 questions of anthropology in each paper, paper 1 paper 2 will be printed. और वहाँ ब्लैंक स्पेस भी दिया रहेगा, स्पेस जिसके अंदर लिखना है आपको. हाँ, बस यही चीज करना है कि बिफोर यू सबमिट द बुकलेट, make sure which question you have not attempted, you strike off. This you have not done. Right? Otherwise, they will put a penalty on that one. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is how today's class is important, because I am trying to provide all those kind of inputs. Right? Any other doubt you have?
Sir, in
Yes.
question that compare the that Malinowski and air Wesley, so we compare in the form of table or in paragraph or in bullet.
No. You can see. Always remember that when you start writing answer, first you start with a paragraph. But then when you make a comparison, then you can make a bullet point or tabular form there. See, initially you have to start that when, let's say, for example, when you say comparative analysis of Franz Boas with, let's say, Tyler, or let's say historical particularism with the classical evolution. So first you start that if we from start with general aspect, anthropological thinkers, the general aspect you write about. So this is anthropological thinking or the thoughts. These are very important in the development of the subject. So in this context, the sequence is classical evolutionist, right? So and so. So then functionalism, personality. You have given a general introduction. Then comes there that Franz Boas, as an eminent anthropologist who gave the historical particularism, to write about historical particularism points.
Okay.
Then come to Tyler, classical evolutionist. Then write about Tyler's points, and then what you will have. Then you compare to what's the similar and what is dissimilar. What they talked about is a similarity, and what they have a differences. तो पहले क्या करना है, जनरल इंट्रोडक्शन. अब दो को कंपेयर करना है, तो अब लेट्स से मालिनोस्की को कंपेयर करना है रैडक्लिफ के साथ. So first you start with functionalism. In anthropology, functionalism refers to so and so, and in the functionalism school, there are two aspects. One is psycho functionalism given by Malinowski. Another is the structural functionalism given by A.R. Radcliffe Brown. So you have started with a general introduction. Then you came across psycho-functional theory of Branislaw Malinowski. Then you have written highlights of that. Then you have written structural functionalism of A.R. Radcliffe Brown. Then you have written about that. And then next what will come? Now you are making the comparison. That means either you make a table, Malinowski, Radcliffe does the comparison, right? And then conclude it. Right? That is what. So when you are writing long answer, introduction, then each of the thinkers theory part you have to explain, paragraph and bullet points, then contrast and compare both of them. But sometimes the question will be criticized critically, then criticize also where the Malinowski is wrong, where Franz Boas is wrong, those critical things there. So depending on the question should be there. It should not happen like this, that compare something, you have written 2 sentences and then you are making a table and making the comparison. No, you'll get less marks. You'll get less marks. You have to have a very good start with introduction, then about each of the thinker, then make a comparison. That is always the right approach to do. That means the examiner knows that you know each of the thinker very well. But let's say you are just writing directly introduction and then just 2 of the thinkers, you are making a table and writing that. That is called shortcut. That is a very short answer. So there, this approach can work with the very short answer, not long answer. But even short answer, try to first talk about the thinkers, then do the comparison to fetch marks. All right. Okay.
Okay.
So that way you have to develop. That's what I'm saying, that start writing. See, writing answer will only be there when you read the concept. So first you start reading the topics, then frame the answer in the mind, or take paper, just jot it down. Okay, these are the points, these are the points, these are the points. You structure the answer. That's what I want to do in the classroom. Okay, how you structure an answer. Like on Saturday, we will be having this kind of practice. So when I'll give you a question, you'll first take 1 or 2 minutes to structure the answer. The introduction, these are points I'll write. Body, I am going to write this point. And then you start writing with a flow. So then you know that, okay, yes, I am within time span, I am able to write this much. So initially it will be difficult. But, again and again, you'll become very, very confident. वो हो जाएगा. ठीक है? And giving this assignment is very important because at least it will make you to read the topic, once and twice. वो एक बार आपको मोटिवेट करेगा कि चलो फैमिली किनशिप अगर पढ़ लेते हैं, चाहे ताकि आंसर लिख सके, है ना, वो चीज़ है. क्लियर है? Right? I'll go through your answers, what you have submitted. Don't worry there. That's what I want tomorrow, to have time for myself and have one-to-one mentorship with each one of you and correct your papers, so that I will get to know exactly where the things are there. And I'll do one thing here. When I'll have mentorship with each one of you, so what I'll do, I'll discuss your submitted answer also, where you are doing mistake in writing answer. ठीक है? I will have a copy of your answers which you have submitted in the Google Drive, and with that I will give you the feedback. ठीक है? Clear?
Okay, sir.
Shall we end here?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So let's tomorrow not have thinkers. Let's this next class, let me have your paper being evaluated, and one-to-one mentorship. That means I want to profile you, what type of aspirant you are, what is your thought pattern, how's your preparation ideas, where are you making mistakes, what are your doubts. So I will prepare a profile for each one of you. So then accordingly then I can assign task with each one of you. Okay, for this you have to do this, for this you have to do this. So tomorrow I will do profiling of each one of you. I'll make my own record. I'll have all my data. Okay, this is what you are. Okay? Then accordingly, as a doctor, I will be starting to give you medicine, therapy, how to solve that. And then on weekend, Saturday, we'll go to the thinkers part, we'll complete it, then followed with research methodology. That part will be there. Okay? Clear?
So tomorrow will be your anthropological research, sir.
Yeah, that will be my research. I will, I have got my subjects, my, a group of people to do research. As an anthropologist, I will do research on all of you. So I will become Malinowski tomorrow. Right? And trying to understand. Right? I know it's better I should become Claude Levi-Strauss. Structuralism. Right? What is structuralism? Structuralism is
Mental
what?
thoughts.
Mental thoughts. So tomorrow I will be Levi-Strauss. Right? I'll analyze your thought pattern. What type of thoughts you have. And at the same time, Margaret Mead also. Your psychoanalysis. What type of thing you're thinking is there. That is required. Okay? So let's have tomorrow that one. Then I will be better to, follow with the classes there. All right? Okay? Any
Thank you,
doubt?
sir.
No doubt. So you can have lunch, relax, and those who have evening batch can prepare for your evening class, and then we'll meet for the mentorship part. ठीक है? चलो, okay. Thank you. Take
Thank you.
care. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you. Right? और पढ़ाई करते रहना है. सैटरडे को ध्यान रखना है. सैटरडे को the answer writing in the class. Right? Okay. All. So we'll meet tomorrow then. Mentorship. All the best.